Hi, my name is Eric Yao and I'm 18 years old. I consider myself to be just like any other human being on this earth. I have a lot of hobbies including cooking, working out, coding, running, reading, and sleeping. I love sleeping. But I truly do believe that your hobbies reflect who you are as a person and what builds your personality. And I believe that the hobbies I have shows how passionate I am for those things. Today, I'll be telling you a very unique story of how I became the person who I am today and what has built me from the very beginning. I grew up in a very small town called West Liberty, Iowa, and my parents owned a restaurant in downtown of West Liberty. And I would always go with them to work, but I wouldn't actually work. I would just be over the counter and I would either draw or even read because there was a library pretty near to us. And back then when I was little, I would be obsessed with toys. Like I had a big box of toys that I would play with almost every single day of my life. And there's this one specific toy that I really loved, and it was Legos.
我是 Eric Yao 的妈妈，Eric Yao 是在纽约出生的。他1岁多、2岁的时候搬到爱荷华州，这里我们开个餐馆，他都在餐馆里面玩。他是很乖的一个小孩。之前去读书的时候，他什么都不知道，一句话、一句英文都不懂。然后他去厕所的时候，还写个字条带到学校里面去，给老师看。我要去厕所。读书回来的时候，他都在餐馆里画画、看书，还有写字。他以前最喜欢的就是那个玩汽车，小小的汽车，还有那个 Lego。我们下班的时候就他带那个公司去买汽车，买了很多的汽车，他很高兴都是他爸爸买给他的。
Legos really help shape my imagination and is very flexible in creating all sorts of inventions, that would call it. And it was my way of showing my creativity with a hands-on toy I could build. But I truly do love my parents, and with every ounce of my heart, I will continue to respect them, and they will be the best parents I will ever have. And without them, I don't think my childhood is fully fulfilled because they're the ones that inspired me to work hard and be more imaginative with my While it might appear my childhood was flawless, it was far from the truth. No one ever knew my true struggles besides my parents and my own head. It's like a headache that never seems to go away. Ever since that accident, I felt like my world has been flipped upside down. My parents blamed it all on themselves. The spark in their eyes diminished. I could sense their guilt in every word and action. They were chained. But I genuinely want them to know from the depths of my heart that none of this is their fault. They won't listen. As a way to cover my flaws, my parents helped me hide my hand with a fake white cast. Everywhere I went, I wore my cast. But there will be this lingering feeling of fear that never went away. I was scared of being judged for who I am, and scared of being different from everybody else. I was scared of people, mean people. I was always scared. I was afraid of making new friends. I didn't do sports. I never went to birthday parties, all because I was scared of being judged. I felt hopeless.
他之前手都用白色的纱布包一下，怕别人看到，又怕别人说他。后来他全部每天都是放到口袋里面的，都是我们没有看好他。那时候他手发生的时候，我们也一直站在他旁边，他只有1秒钟手发生了。
So growing up, I kind of, I mean, I didn't know him very well, obviously. Like, he was in English only and I was in Spanish. I was really close with some other kids that were in English only, and so, like, he never really, like, talked much, I felt like. So I didn't know him very well, to be honest. He was very shy, kind of just reserved kid. But everyone knew he was, like, very smart.
Eric was very shy, in my opinion. You could tell like he was a very good kid. Over the time, we started playing a lot. We played basketball, kickball, soccer, and we were always very like active and always playing, doing a lot of things.
My relationship with Eric started when my original was probably when he was in 2nd grade. I knew of him, I knew he was a good student. As the tag teacher, I have lots of information and data on students, so I would be aware of his learning abilities. And then when I got really more direct contact with Eric was when he was in 6th grade. We started working together in different math classes, and then that progressed through the years. I would do different kinds of activities with the students. And then in 7th grade, Eric and I really started establishing a relationship that was more one-on-one, but also I would go into a classroom in his math class and we would do activities for just kind of different learning opportunities in math.
And then growing up, like going into elementary school and getting into like tag and stuff, it was fun to just watch him, like his mind just works like in different ways. Like I don't know, like watching him during like the bridge building competition, you just see him computing things that just like that's not how my brain works, that's for sure. Like I have to think through everything, like every step, and he's just like, there's the final product, you know?
Likes EDM. He goes by the name Hand Solo. Get it? And I built it around my hand.
I was 12 years old in 7th grade. There wasn't much for me to do at home besides watch YouTube and movies. It wasn't until one day I stumbled across a video about this guy named David Aguilar on The Great Big Story. He was born without a fully developed arm, and he overcame that by making his very own prosthetic arm out of Legos. I realized we struggled with similar conflicts. We shared the same interests, and we shared the same passion for engineering. I couldn't explain the feeling that I felt. I felt inspired and relieved. I realized I wasn't alone. I knew what I had to do. Playing with Legos at such an early age gave me an advantage. I knew how each of the pieces could be used and what they cannot do. No sketches, no instructions, from a pure imagination and knowledge of Legos. I shaped each of the pieces with the concept of a claw machine that is controlled by a piece of string. I mostly used Lego Technic parts and a couple other pieces I had at hand. I didn't think much of the hand I built. I showed it to my parents and they thought it was just another toy I had created. I built my very first prosthetic hand. I looked at it very closely and I wanted to make a move with motors. The same day, I scavenged around the house for cardboard and broken RC cars. I constructed the pulley system out of cardboard, DC motor, button, and a battery. The skills required to make this circuit also came from an early age, as I would tear apart my old RC cars and experiment with the components inside. My initial idea was to control the hand of the circuit using the string. I wanted to show someone that would appreciate my work.
So it was early in the fall of his 7th grade year. I knew Eric had a bandage covering his hand, and one day I was in my office and he came in with a box, and inside the box he wanted to show me what he had built, and he proceeded to take out this Lego, his first Lego version of a hand, where he had it rigged that he could operate it on a kind of like a battery pulley system.
So here's the prototype of my hand. And it can grasp.
Okay. And then you were also thinking about how to
Make the string pull. Here's the demo.
And then the next piece that you went home and invented.
Here's the elbow part that goes here. Like, sort of move.
Have you connected the rubber band to the string yet?
No.
Have you tried that? But that's the idea, right? Is to connect the rubber band to the white string, so that when you move your elbow, it would create the claw effect. Okay, perfect. And so he went on to show me that design, and from there we just like kind of grew this relationship as far as teacher, student, creator, inventor, engineer. Eric met me in the hall and said, "Miss Henderson, I made a bionic hand." Said, "I have made a hand out of Legos." So would you like to demonstrate how your paint mixture works? He showed me the video, and this kid made this Lego arm because he was missing his arm. And he made it out of Legos, and then he also had it powered, right? And he could pick things up with his Lego arm, and he even could do a push-up using his arm that was made out of Legos.
So I made this thing. It has 2 pulleys and has 2 gears. And I was thinking like if I connect the string on this and attach it to this, it's somehow like to make a turn and pull this and then go for it.
To power, right?
A couple of months had passed and my parents brought me this Lego boat set for Christmas. Instead of building the boat, I built another prosthetic hand. I had a goal to make a fully functional prosthetic hand. This hand took around a week of inconsistent progress. In the end, I have built a full arm exoskeleton prosthetic that is boat themed. I applied the same knowledge as the first prosthetic, the claw and the string. This time, I attached the string to the elbow joint so the claw will open and close with the movement of my elbows. I made sure I could adjust the string with a knob. This was the very first successful prosthetic I've made. No instructions, just my imagination. It was nearing the end of my 7th grade year. Everything seemed to be going well with my mini projects. Until one day, I was given a life-changing opportunity by Miss Henderson.
And I always, in the back of my mind, thought we had a 3D printer, and I knew about the capabilities that I had seen a story where a student could print their own hand, and I was very intrigued by that. So this was even before he got to the middle school, and I asked his classroom teacher, I think she was his 2nd or 3rd grade teacher, if she thought that he would be a student that I could design a hand for. And she said, no, he's very shy about it. I don't think that that's something that we want to kind of touch on. And so I let it sit. And then as he, got older, I had my eye on him for that. And also just like his learning ability was, special. And especially like anything that had to do with engineering and modeling, creating.
Miss Henderson presented to me this opportunity where I could 3D print a prosthetic hand. And this was the first time I was given such a unique opportunity. So of course I accepted the challenge, and Miss Henderson and I began the journey of building a prosthetic hand for me. During the process, it was a mixture of trial and error and patience. The first time I ever tried on the hand felt unreal. I never thought I could ever use my left hand the same way ever again.
Easier.
It felt like a piece of me came back.
Look at you. Ta-da. Does it feel weird?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah?
First time, so.
Right. You want to try something else?
But I was still hesitant to fully reveal myself. The white cast was my comfort. I couldn't see myself without it.
What's that? Does it feel comfortable?
Is there anything like we can cover this up with, or I can have like more? I don't know. Can I try it with like my thing on?
Let me ask you this, are you wanting to cover for the protection of, so people don't see your skin? Or is it something, and that's okay to admit, you have never had that exposed, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big step for you.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that looks really natural. But I know that is a big, giant leap for you.
Yeah.
Okay? Have they seen your Lego?
They did, but like, they don't really like pay attention to it. Like, they think it's just like a toy and that I made, and it's not really like changing someone's lives. It's that point of view.
Yeah.
It's like a life changer for me.
And you did it. Happy tears, right?
COVID hit pretty hard in the United States, and on my birthday, I got a huge Lego excavator set that my parents bought me. It had around 1,000 pieces, and I decided to sacrifice the excavator and make my fourth prosthetic hand. This hand is a combination between my first and second prosthetic hand, and fully inspired by the blue 3D printed prosthetic hand. I assembled the hand around my left hand, which had a claw, the string, and functioned with wrist movements. Although I completed the prosthetic within 2 weeks, it never worked. The prosthetic was my failure hand. I learned my mistakes, and I was ready to give up. I had a mission. I wasn't satisfied with my efforts. I really wanted to make a prosthetic hand that was able to run on circuits, pulling out the leftover pieces from the Lego excavator set. I went ahead and built my fifth prosthetic hand within a week. I learned from previous experiences and applied the corrections. I drew sketches and planned everything out in my dedicated notebook. This hand was identical to the failure prototype. Something was missing. I wanted to control the hand using circuits. I took the time to research and learn about a programmable circuit called Arduino. Every day, I studied and took notes on different functions and learned about electrical engineering. I also made many projects such as a Bluetooth fan with Arduino and MIT Abimeter. I also learned how to control lights using muscle sensors called EMG that are able to read the electrical pulses in my muscles. The intensive discipline of learning and trial and error helped me develop the circuit to help me reach my goal. I finally made my goal come true. 13-year-old Eric has done it. During this journey, I established a great interest in computer science and engineering. But most importantly, I gained a valuable aspect: confidence.
到9年级的时候，他才拿掉纱布，没有包的。
The story of Eric Yao was left in dust for 4 years. I knew the story had potential, but I never knew how to share it out to the world. I wanted to inspire other individuals with the same struggles as me. Junior year of high school, I was presented with the opportunity to take part in a competition held by Samsung. It's called Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. With the help of a great mentor, we earned our school of $2,500 of equipment and resources. I knew I wanted to use my story as a tool to help inspire our community and the world. I wanted to help people with disabilities find their purpose and potential through my journey. We formulated a team of 4 talented students, the power of a hand. We are destined to serve a purpose to help the world. We have gone around different classrooms and board meetings to present my unique story of overcoming my fears. We've held a Lego drive to help fund our resources for the middle school to encourage them to expand their imagination and create a solution for a problem in our community. We even have a student create their own prosthetic hand inspired by my journey.
So then it's kind of tight, so it attaches on. And this, oh wait, never mind, it's loose. You can like move your wrist up and down, which makes this part move up and down.
We have reached audiences from worldwide, such as the UK and even Cyprus.
现在他慢慢的长大以后，现在也变了很多了，他也胆子大很多了，就是做事情也不会让我这么担心了。现在他说要弄那个视频啊什么啊，以前还问我什么要不要担心啊，后来我们就不担心。我说你自己想得开，我们大人都就放心了，随便你大胆的去弄。这是我讲最担心的就是这个，他想得开，我很高兴，没什么。
As for the power of the hand, I think there's many avenues and paths and a lot of opportunities for the team. I think there's a lot of big things coming for us. And then as for Eric, I know Eric, he's interested in computer science right now, but I think whatever he chooses, he'll succeed in.
Well, honestly, we live in like a town of less than 4,000 people. Although I think I can say that this project, if anything, has really brought the team a big sense of community. As well as, like holding a Lego drive, which is what we did at the beginning of the project. We had many people from our town who we either didn't talk to or like we just didn't really know, even try to support by doing something like that. And I think that many will think that being part of a small town may be like an obstacle or a challenge, especially with the project which we've tried to like really get out there, which has been like one of our biggest goals. But I think I can say that with our community, I think we've all been very grateful for the support that we've gotten and for the help of many people who have tried to go out of their way to support us.
My name is Eric Maurer. I currently work for the Mississippi Bend AEA, where I support the school districts in our region, roughly 21 public school districts, as well as the private schools in STEM education, computer science, and social studies. This was a really wonderful opportunity for me to be part of because you, the students, yourself, and your teammates were driving the work. What you were doing was seeking guidance and insights to improve that work, expand that work. Now, for you, you had a very personal story and journey, and the fact that you were able to bring on a team who then were able to tap into their strengths and their power abilities to help bring that to light. And I think, to me, this is the essence of what learning should be.
The story of Eric Yao came back to life. Thank you guys for watching this movie. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a great experience learning from cinematography to filming to editing to interviewing. Everything was brand new to me, but I had a great time learning everything. And big thanks to everyone that supported me throughout this journey, including my friends, my teachers, my parents, and honestly, I don't think any of this could happen without you guys. But like I said, big thanks to my parents for raising me and loving me and fighting for me throughout all these years. I'm dedicating this whole video to them as to show that their efforts has been paid off and they no longer have to fear what I fear anymore, and that their child has overcame his fear and is on to inspire many people out there. And like I said, big thanks to my dad for buying me a GoPro as I'm able to do this now. Like, yeah. But also big thanks to Miss Henderson for giving me a voice to help share my story out to the community, and just encouraging me to keep going on with this project, because this was not simple. And also big thanks to Aaron Moore for giving me a platform to help promote my story to people around the world and hopefully inspiring them. But I had such a great time with every single one of you guys, and I hope you guys learned something from this. And yeah, just keep on striving, believe in yourselves, don't let your fears define who you are, and be you, as everyone is unique. It's The Power of a Hand by Eric Yao.